What is up? All right. All right, that's my thing, right? Before I say my intro, I puff. Whatever. What is up, people of all generations? Welcome to another episode of Life at 30 with me, yours truly, Claude. And today we're going to be talking about starting a routine. Let's just go straight right into the topic. No more backstories or whatever, no more life updates and that stuff. Today we're going to be figuring out how to start a routine. But before I dive right into the discussion, let's define what a routine is first. In layman's terms, we already know what a routine means. It's a sequence of actions that we do repeatedly. For example, brushing your teeth before going to bed. And I hardly doubt that any of you are still doing that. Waking up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning and doing your morning exercises, that's another routine. So those are just a couple of examples of a routine. And so the goal here, that's why I wanted to discuss or talk about starting a routine, is I wanted that routine turned into a habit. What is a habit, you ask? Well, a habit is a regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. And there are actually two types of habits: the healthy habit and the one that we're very familiar with, the unhealthy habit. I know. All of us wanted to omit, or I mean, we wanted to give up that unhealthy habit, but it's just so hard to do. Like me, for example, I have this thing with me, and I can't get out the house without bringing this. It's not a habit. This is a vice, right? Bisyo to eh. Okay, ninam. Well, anyway, so the goal that I wanted to discuss right now is creating a routine and turning it into a habit. But how do we do that actually? Right before I want to tackle down the things on how we are going to do in starting a routine, let me just share you a challenge that me and my friends have come up within this week. We have started last Wednesday. It's a challenge. It's a weight loss challenge, actually. Whoever loses the most weight wins the pot money. And where does the pot money come from? It's from each of the participants are going to give 500 pesos. Put that in the pot money. There are actually 7 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I count that right, yeah, there's 7 of us, and whoever loses the most weight within 1 month gets that pot money. Basic, right? That's it. You lose the most weight in 1 month, which I think is hard, but it's very doable. And I believe I could be one of the favorites in winning this challenge, mainly because I have all the free time in the world. But apart from me, there's also one person have so much free time. That's my brother. So he's part of the challenge. We're actually 2 amongst the 7 who have an advantage of winning this challenge, because we can actually do things to lose weight in 1 month without stressing out on other stuff like work and things that stresses us out. Hopefully, I could win it. I'm actually doing this not only, I'll be realistic, since I'm unemployed, I'm not only doing this for the money, I'm actually doing this for myself, to improve myself, to be better, not only for me, but for my family as well, and to the people I care about. And hopefully I could win this. Hopefully I could start a routine and make it a habit in long term, and hopefully everything goes well in the long run. How do we start a routine? How do I want to start a routine? How do you want to start a routine? I know for most of us it's very difficult to start a routine, especially when we have so much things going on, especially when we're so crammed in many other stuff that we think about on a daily basis, that we tend to forget or not able to keep up or live up with what we started. That is why people normally forget about that routine. Parang ganun ako eh. I have started so many things in life. Like for example, I have started a podcast way back 4 years ago, but then I never ever have tried to execute, or may natapos ako with all the things I've started. And I believe that's like a zodiac thing. I'm just saying that. But I think most of us have gone through this kind of thing wherein we try to start something and not end up doing it. Kaya I'm here to discuss on how we want to or how I want to start a routine and hopefully able to finish it. And how should I do it? I actually don't know. Man, do you guys know? The way I actually wanted to do it is I wanted to list down things that I wanted to achieve within the day, or even little things, right? I wanted to list down several things actually, since I have so much free time. The only problem that I have when I try to start a routine or start something, I wouldn't actually say that, since I'm taking care of the kids, I'm taking care of the baby most especially, I wouldn't say it's a hindrance. It's just that once I start taking care of the baby, I kind of lose or I kind of forget other things that I believe I haven't done within the day. Hence, sometimes when I'm with the baby, I tend to procrastinate and just end up scrolling up in social media or playing games or doing whatever, and then the rest is history. I wanted to do this as early in the morning so that I still have some free time for myself before the baby even wakes up. And I think the first way to do this is actually waking up in the morning. That's the best routine there is, and I have heard a lot of motivational speeches and all that very important stuff in Spotify. I have listened to every words that these motivational speeches, and one of the top things that I usually hear is waking up in the morning, waking early in the morning, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. If you're not waking up at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., you're not doing it right or something like that. That's the first thing on the list. I wanted to start waking up, and it's very hard for me, especially my body clock has effed me up so bad right now since I have been working in graveyard shifts in my previous jobs. I really haven't been able to adjust just yet because I'm a nocturnal person. Nocturnal meaning I'm usually awake at night. My sleeping pattern is so bad that right now I normally wake up at noon. And that is so bad. That is not a good thing to start your day. It makes you very unproductive and lazy at the same time because you wake up noontime, many things are already going on, your kids are awake, and they just wait for me to wake up and all. And it's hard, man. I actually don't know where to start, but yeah, it's very difficult. That's why I wanted to change for the better. I wanted to start waking up early in the morning, sleep early at night, for me to be able to do things more during the day. And I want to make that as a habit. I'm actually trying to do some other things, not just this podcast and taking care of family. I'm still actively looking for the job. I've mentioned that. I'm still, looking for ways for me to be productive. Clean the house. What else? That's it. I clean the house. I take my baby for a stroll. And then I sometimes do some sports just to keep my mind and body active. The way we see it, I know it's very difficult for us to actually start doing these routines. Even myself, I don't think I will be consistent with it. And apart from me trying to win the challenge that me and my friends have, it's much more of a mental challenge for me. It's not just going to be about having a routine for the sake of it, for the sake of this podcast. No, it's more of a well-being sake. I'm not saying that I'm doing this routine for the challenge. I'm not saying that I'm having a routine because I'm bored. I'm not saying I'm doing all these kind of other stuff because I have nothing to do and I have so much free time since I'm unemployed. I'm saying this in terms of betterness, not bitterness, betterness. Betterness for myself, a better me, just said that, a well-improved self, and a healthier self. Not only does it benefit me from it, but it also benefits the people I love. My kids most especially. I don't want to end up getting old and die at an early age. I still have so much things that I wanted to do in life, especially with the family. There's still so many things that I wanted to achieve. Long-term goals that I have promised myself. What's going through my mind right now is if I can't do things little by little, even just for one day, how am I supposed to achieve long-term goals? So the lesson here is it's not just a lesson. It's my advice, take it from me. In order to start a routine, try doing it little by little. Do baby steps. You don't have to be very excessive in listing down your routines like I need to do 50 push-ups starting tomorrow. No. Start by one push-up. You can do that. If you are able to do that one push-up, then proceed to 2 push-ups. Then the next day, 3 push-ups. And the next day, 4, 5, until you build up something and you have realized it's pretty much more of a meditation actually when you start a routine. No, I think I said that wrong. Apart from that push-up example, I think it's best for in your routine that you do meditation every day so that you could have that peace of mind and think about things that could help you improve even just within the day. I think that's very important, not only for your mental health but for your spiritual health as well. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, that is what I wanted to achieve by doing this routine. I want to be better physically, I want to be better mentally, I want to be better even emotionally, and most of all, I want to be better spiritually. I guess the whole point is if we could just try and achieve little things, or try and achieve little by little for each and every day, we could actually have that routine and turn them into a habit. What I've mentioned earlier. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't want this discussion to take very long. I actually just wanted to share more of how I see or how I believe would work, not only for me but for most of you. Try to achieve things little by little. Then next thing you know, you're actually trying to build a routine for yourself. And never lose that meditate thing. It's very important. It's very essential. It could bring you to some places. All right, that's episode 3 of what's the name of my podcast? That's episode 3 of Life at 30 with me, and I hope you have a great day ahead of you. Thank you so much for listening. See you in the next episode. Peace out and Claude out.